Welcome back to Ali Beg AB TV. It's half time. It is 0-0 at Pittodrie. Let's give you the halftime stats. Doesn't make for good reading, I'm afraid. We've only enjoyed 21% of possession. Rangers have enjoyed 79% of possession. We've had 4 shots to their 8, only 1 on target. They've had 2. 12 fouls committed. I've got to say Nick Walsh has not exactly covered himself in glory in this opening 45 minutes to their 3. We've won 3 corners to their 2. Hi everybody, welcome back to Ali Beg AB TV here on YouTube. So let's start getting all your comments in as quickly as we can, because this has not been good in this opening 45 minutes. Let's just go through some of the stuff that has happened. Just made some notes here. First of all, we have to be so much more careful in possession. We continually give the ball away so cheaply. Bojan's got to hold the ball up an awful lot better than what he's doing. We need to win the second ball more. What a clearance off the line from Leighton Clarkson on 11 minutes, and then 2 minutes later, huge save from Kelly Roos from Sakala. I felt not long after that, we started to get far too deep. I know they mentioned in commentary that Barry was trying to push them 5 yards further up the pitch, which I think we need to do. Then came that brilliant block by Matty Pollock to deny Raskin on 32 minutes. And then Hilbert Ramadani had an opportunity 5 minutes before the break on 39 minutes. His shot was well saved. Again, like they mentioned in commentary, I'm wondering if he should have just got his head up and maybe had a look at a square pass. But yeah, it's look, I don't want to be too critical because of how well we've done recently, but we look a little bit like the rabbit caught in the headlights at the moment. Okay, let's get to your comments. Let's see how we are doing. Paul Recchi has suggested that we've played okay in the first half, but need to do more in the final third. Sega Saturn Lad has said, need to get stuck in more. Can't seem to string 2 passes together. Shout out to Scales. Lovely skills skinning a few of them. He's done really well, Liam Scales, hasn't he? Scott W, poor so far. Shocking use of the ball and sitting far too deep, allowing Rangers onto us. Alan McIntyre is saying, need to get a foot on the ball and pick a pass. Yeah, we're just not composed enough on the ball. That's what I'm really worried about at the moment. Can't be bothered is saying the standard of referees in this country is a joke. He's so whistle happy. The Mad Ferret, need to try and keep a hold of the ball. Exactly. Greg Allen, I'm stunned by the refereeing. One rule for them and another for us. Scott W has said, we need to be playing further up the pitch. Rangers are not only dominating play, but they're dominating the spaces. That's what I'm suggesting about the second ball. We're just not winning the second ball at all. I think we're doing okay at the back. Matty Pollock needs to be a little bit more careful because I think he's getting turned too often by Sakala. So we need to be a little bit more careful about that. But overall, I think we've been quite solid. Mark Howison has said set plays have not been great. Clarkson has not been in the game. Again, I just think he's sitting too deep. Scott W, defensively, we've been very good. Hayden Ritchie, again, this is what we're all saying. We need composure in the middle. We look scared. Yeah, I agree with that. Are we giving them too much respect, do you think, guys? Greg Allen has said Scales is the man of the match so far. Richard Wilkinson is on. Hi, mate. He's suggesting that we need to go to a 4-2-3-1 formation. Because, again, there's been a couple of incidents or examples where we've cleared the ball because we've been too deep and we've had no outlay. So, again, the ball's just come straight back in again. So the gap between defence, midfield and up front is far too big at the moment. Jason Campbell is saying 0-0, still all to play for. Scales, man of the match so far. Mark Howison is saying all 3 centre-backs have been very good today. They have. Nettie, need midfield to keep ball more. Defence, keeping us in the game. Ref, no words. Kevin Craighead, our defending has been top draw, but disappointing going forward. I said in the preview show that I wanted Duke on the ball and really going at them. And I think we've only seen 1 or 2 examples of that. It didn't come to anything, but at least have a go. Because I don't think they're very strong at the back. I think John Souttar is their weak link. I really do. I can't be bothered is saying the game has really passed Clarkson and Duncan by. Yeah, Ryan's not in the game at all. Lee Doubles, the refereeing is an absolute joke. My blood pressure is through the roof, as usual, or playing against the ref as well. Scott W, being positive, he has to say, I still fancy us to win. I'm sticking with 2-0. I don't care if it's 2 breaks away. We will win this game. Mark Howison has said, we are still in the game with a team that is 29 points ahead of us. It's still ours if we want it. Yep. So let's just check in at Pittodrie, see how we're doing. Okay. Showing highlights of the women's game. Okay. SITV Network said Robson needs to make a change. Okay, we'll discuss that in just a moment. Lee Doubles is saying missing Shinnie massively in the middle of the park. Need to stop standing off them. Scales has been superb. Come on, you Reds. John McDonald, seems it's open season on fouling. Duke. No gold or penalty. I looked at the penalty. I agree with the guys on commentary. I think if we were to get it, it would be very soft. But he did have his hand on his shoulder. But I think it would have been soft. That's just my personal opinion. Denise, 1394, how are you? Thanks for watching. We need to be first to the ball. We can do this. John McDonald said, should have read no foul. Understood, got you. No foul. Okay. Mark Howison, Cantwell could be sent off if we get Ramadani to wind him up. Yeah. Richard Wilkinson, the most important thing for me is not to lose. 4-2-3-1 gives us the chance to hopefully retain possession. Wouldn't be disappointed if we didn't win, but we need not to lose. Scott W has said, initially I thought it was a pen, but after replay, it was a 50-50. Yeah, I agree. Callum Benz has said, defending has been excellent. Improvement up front needed. It's coming. Martin Smith has said, need a bit more composure when we actually have possession. A couple of through balls and we're in as the defence is a bit slow. I completely agree, Martin. Jason Campbell, hand on shoulders. At the other end, it would have been a penalty. Jude, make a good point. This is exactly what I'm saying. Giving them too much respect. Yeah. Can't be bothered is suggesting possibly Mislovic to come on. So let me just have a quick look at who is on the bench. So, yeah, so Mislovic, Marley Watkins is there as well. Yeah, I could see possibly Mislovic coming on for Ryan Duncan, maybe. But what I think will happen is that the longer the game goes on, I think Barry will hook Bojan and he'll bring on Marley Watkins. That's what I think he will do. Because unfortunately, Bojan, he's a frustrating player, isn't he? Because we all know how good he is inside the 18-yard box. But we need to get the balls into him for him to be at his very best. Today, we suggested that every player needs a 10 out of 10 performance. And I think a few of them are way off a 10 out of 10 performance. We know it's difficult. We know it's tough. The possession stats are too much. I was saying this in the preview show. We need to be so careful that we do not allow them to have so much possession. And at the moment, it's far too much. Sega Saturn Lad has said, half the battle playing the sisters is psychological. No much respect. Yeah. Mark Howison is suggesting Barron for Clarkson. Okay. Yeah. Scott W said, I think Robson will make changes, probably more tactical than personal. I think we'll get a bit more into them in the second half. Let's just check in at Pittodrie again and see how we're doing. I make it 10 minutes. So about 3 minutes until the start of the second half. If you're just joining us for the halftime show, just let me remind you of the stats. So 21% possession to Aberdeen, 79% to Rangers. 4 shots in total for us, 8 for them. Only 1 on target, which was that Hilbert Ramadani shot. They've had 2 on target. We've committed 12 fouls in the game, but as we mentioned, Nick Walsh is a little bit trigger happy with the old whistle. They've committed 3 fouls. We've won 3 corners to their 2, but we need to do a little bit better, I think, with our set plays. Okay, let's keep these coming in. Derek Griffiths has said maybe Watkins can come on and hold the ball to let other players play off him. Yeah, that's a very interesting shout, because what I'm worried about at the moment is that Bojan is just not holding the ball up at all. He's giving it away too cheaply. So, yeah, we've just got to keep it going and see how we get on. Sorry, guys, just let me check in again at Pittodrie. So I'll make it about 3 minutes. David Gold is on here, said, come on, you Reds. Look, we can only but improve in the second half. A little bit more composure. On the ball, head up. Let's look for a telling pass. I think we're okay at the back. I'm not bothered about how we are at the back at the moment at all. It's nervous and it's keeping us on the edge of our seats, but we're okay. Just keep an eye on Sakala turning. That's all we need to do. But just going forward, we need to be so much better in possession of the ball. Just put the foot on it, relax, take it easy, and just come on, lads. We can do this. Okay, let's keep going here. Mark Howison, Robson will wait to see what Rangers do before making changes. Yeah, he could well do. Can't be bothered, as I said, has said Babbage winner. David Gold needs to be more creative in the second half, but not switch off at the back. The Mad Ferret, here's to a better second half from Aberdeen. Okay, sorry guys, I just want to check back in at Pittodrie just to make sure that we're not missing anything here. Can't see the teams out on the pitch yet, so we shall keep going. I'm really chuffed that there's a good few of you on watching the halftime show, considering that there is a national broadcast going on who are covering the game. So I'm very grateful that you've come here. Nettie has said more composure in the midfield, suggesting Aberdeen can win this game by 2-1. Sega Saturn Lad is asking for a prediction. Like, I think there'll only be, as long as we keep a tight ship at the back, I think we could sneak one. I really do. I think there could only be 1 goal in it. We could do this. I've got every faith we can do it. I'm going to go for 1-0. I think we could win this second half and win the match. Let me go back and check again. Yeah, no teams out yet. So we shall keep going. Keep your comments coming in if you've got anything to say. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow night for the review show at 7 o'clock to review everything that's gone on. Again, an opportunity for you guys to have your say, as always. Mark Cowison has said 9.5 hours since we conceded a goal in open play. What a fantastic stat. Thanks for sending that in, Mark. Can't be bothered is suggesting Richardson on, McCrory into the middle. Whoa, that's a bold one. That's a bold one, fella. I'm not sure I'd put Hayden Richardson on. He's not had enough game time. And I sorry, with the greatest respect to the lad, I wouldn't chuck him in a game like this. Not at the moment. I just don't think he's had enough game time. Okay, so... Right, guys, it looks like the teams will be heading out any minute. So what I'm going to do is I will call it an afternoon. Martin Smith just said need a bit more bite in midfield and got to get closer to the ball. Okay, let's call it a day. Guys, thank you again for watching the halftime show. I'm very grateful to all of you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow night. Come on, lads. Let's just get a little bit more composure here. We can do this. Come on. See you tomorrow. Bye.